Hello, who's got two thumbs and works at Custom Cans? This guy. Now, I'm sure you're expecting some old guy sat right here, but no, you've got me, James. Today, I'm going to be showing you how we fit our new mod kit on the 880s. So like with most of our other mod kits, we've got a V1 and a V2. The V2 is a little bit nicer. You get the copper rings and you don't really have to deal with the lead at all. Okay, so I'm just going to get some stock measurements of the 880s with no mods on for a baseline so that we can compare them with our mods later. In the V2 mod kit, you should have two long strips of damping material. These can be broken apart. Two copper discs with foil on the inside to stop them from sticking in the packet. So we'll get started on the headphones. You shouldn't really need too many tools for this. I've got T6 here, which you will need, and just a pair of scissors for everything else really. So we'll start by just undoing the T6s on these headbands. You can just pop one off, then you can release it, and it should sort of pull apart here. And then just let that dangle by its wire, and we'll do that to the other one too. Sometimes they can be a bit stiff, but don't be afraid to give it a good pull and it will come apart. So once you've got them like this, it's a lot easier to work on. So the ear pads, you can just pull them off, just tension fit around the edges, and this is the first time a pair of scissors come in. You're going to slide them under here, and you just want to lever this up essentially. You can do it with a screwdriver or really anything, and then remove this under padding here, and we'll do the same to the other one. Here we are, the driver should just tap out really. On these 880s there's a mesh ring here. You can get the scissors and just sort of pry this up a little bit. It can be a bit stubborn, but there we go. We've got it out. First thing we'll do is we'll take one of our copper weights, peel the sticky off. You can just slide that on over there, just like that. Make sure it's seated all the way down and place your ring back on. Guys, please, seriously, I need 20 likes and subscribes or Jason won't pay me this month. I'm a slave here, this isn't a joke. Please.
Send likes.
I need help. So the second step is with the big strip. So we'll take this, peel the sticky off of it again. And this goes around the outside, or around the outside here. But we want to put it quite deep, so we're going to have to lift this foam up just a little bit and stick it down just like this. And keep going all around the edge. And what you want to make sure is that you don't let the damping material come up above this ridge here, because this is where the driver sits in, and if it comes above then the driver won't sit flush and it won't go back together very nicely. So we'll just do this all the way around. You should meet up at the end, might overlap a little bit, that's just fine. Then make sure you push it all down. Really squish it in there, and that's all done. You can pop the driver back on. Make sure you line up the little index here. There's a corresponding index in the plastic mold here. And pop this back on. Then you're looking for the index again. That'll line up. You should hear it snap in. Now this is the bit where you'll struggle to pop it back in if you haven't lined the damping material up with the ridge on the edge. Just go ahead and do the same on the other one. Now this one's a little bit more tricky because you've got more wires here. Be careful not to put much tension on these wires at all. They can be quite fragile. Slide that over there, get it down nice and flush, and pop this on. Now when you get to this bit, it can be a bit of a struggle, but you want to pass the tape underneath the little connection point here. So you want to sort of slide it over and then hook it up, and then you can get your fingers in from the inside and just flex the outer casing around, and there you are. Just slide it on, get your finger underneath and flex it around. What you kind of want to do is hold these up a bit to make sure there's no spin in the cable. Just let them go floppy and then put them back on in the way that they're happiest to go. So you can get the little blocks, put them back on here and squish this back in, and we just screw it back together. So there we are, that's the V2 mod kit. I'll just put it on the reg and we'll see how it measures. Taking a look at the graph here, we've got quite a nice result. Bit of a reduction in the treble peak there, about 2 decibels, and just a little bit of a bump to the bass. Onto the V1. The V1 mod kit, the only thing that's different is the lead instead of the copper, and I'll show you how that goes on when we get to it. So we're back at the drivers here, and I'm just going to show you how we put on the lead instead of the copper. So once again, we pop off the cover rings here, then I'll just take the old mod kit off. There we go. And there's the other one. The lead, you'll have 2 long pieces and 6 short pieces. So we'll start with the long pieces. You just kind of want to curl it around, pop off the sticky on the back, and then we just put this around the outside of the driver here. So push it in from the middle and then just follow it around. Okay, so now we're onto the smaller lead pieces. So just take these off and lay them across the metal here. You want to make sure they don't block the holes. You need it just across the metal bit, otherwise you'll have a really nasty effect on the sound. So it's just 3 of these per side. There we go, that's what it should look like when it's all on. Pop the driver ring back on, and it goes back together, same as in the other one. And there we are, that's that all done. Obviously if you're doing it from the start, you'd need to put the strips around the outside, but I've already done that. So refer to the previous one when you have a look at that. So let's see how they sound. Okay, so after measuring, we've actually had quite an interesting result here. The copper mod reduces the treble peak, whereas the lead mod doesn't. It leaves it mostly intact, but it has the same little bass boost. If you like the sort of trebly brightness of the 880s, the sort of the super high detail, the copper mod might be not for you. You might want to go for the lead mod to preserve that treble peak. If you like the sort of slightly warmer sound, reduce the treble peak, make it a bit flatter, then yeah, go for the copper mod. There we go. That's how to mod your DT880s. Great pair of headphones, hopefully made even greater by the mods that we've created for it. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been nice to be out the sweatshop with you. It's about 40 degrees in there right now. So yeah, the mod's quite easy. It's nice and reversible. Take it off, take it on, whatever you like. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.
Loser.
Hi guys, Jason bet me I couldn't get any likes on this video. So
loser.
just please, let's show him wrong. Like and subscribe, please.
Don't. I must win. I must win.
Please, I need to get paid this month.